spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today. I had no regret to vote against one person here. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I had to vote for them in campaign. This country is a better place and will be a better place.
Yes, sir.
Because there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside.
So,
but we don't want to empower people here. We say that as lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law is really breaking the law, but you want to go up. We know it. You know why people want to go up? Because they want to increase the time. They say they are too short. You cannot be a cancer, then you want to run through. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, and then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can people, it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people from the government keep and say, Sankebe people, don't know I'm going to say, give me 1% I want to employ. But they sit down over there in point their family post because they need work. Is that the person that needs work and that the person Sankebe post they want there? We employ our family post, but some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody time when the country is not better. It is everybody time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for Saturday. They are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They have people that have degrees, they know nothing. The only person with entry people that they can achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and break out of marketeers, flipping runners, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is long before carrying the benefit of. Because we are close.
Deliver that message to Alex Cummings because I knew Joe Boakai was dishonest. How dare I go ask Cummings for $300,000 to give to Joe Boakai when Boakai had just made a fun of Cummings in Ghana at a meeting Cummings gave him money for? And this is and these are things we could not come to the public to disclose these things. We could not do these things because we were in too deep. We were in too deep. And so what did I do?
I'm filled with a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that may God bless you all and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Those who wrote the speech, everybody happy. They are rejoicing over the defeat of the old regime. They are rejoicing about our effort to bring a new regime. Then we're sitting down with happiness. We go write paper for that 79-year-old man he's talking to me, then you go there, I will tell United Nations, I will tell US, I will bring 1.4 here. Because you think 1.4 is transit. By the time the woman was bringing, when you have to pay. That's it. Because in this country,
when you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries. But there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence 30 years prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and our prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time with experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with a U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at Large for War Crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, daring all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the special court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibilities. He then asked, how do we assure Liberia's future? And he answers that. Ultimately, he says, what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the special court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared from threats and intimidation, as explained by Femi Kayode, press secretary to President Obasanjo, the Nigerian head of state, who was with him in Washington when President George W. Bush promised, and I quote, to bring Nigeria to its knees if Taylor was not turned over to the special court. And what happened? Obasanjo buckled and capitulated. Now, this demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure from powerful Western leaders.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people sue us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much time. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said retire with their lies. Retire with their promise.
The message,
Let
the timing,
our damages.
the wordings,
With that speech they preach indeed and not
the quality of the message,
the thing we saw it frustrate us.
all a component
Why did you steal? Why did you allow
of
this?
the griefs and agonies
We just tell you.
that the people are facing on a daily basis. Everything is reflected in the song that introduces and closes
Use us a little.
the Freedom Heart Talk.
So why? The government should.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And we ask the land.
all of you in Radio Land,
The people sue us. The people.
let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country.
So much.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora.
The people fool us. The people lie to us.
Our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them.
Nobody.
It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on the Monday's edition of the show.
Why are they done that they say they were poor? They're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired. They tired. You see
The greatest day in your life
they happy now.
and in my life
People suffer.
is when we take total responsibility for our attitudes.
So the nation is poor. You got
That's the day we truly grow up.
Why?
The greatest day in your life, in my life, is when we take total responsibility for our attitudes. That's the day we truly grow up. John C. Maxwell. Welcome to Freedom Heart Talk. This is Freedom FM. This is 87.9. Just a lot to talk about as always.
The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt.
So on today, the defendants in the Capitol building arson case file a motion for discovery. We'll tell you what that means, what that is, and what it does, what it seeks to address in, especially in criminal cases like the one ongoing. We try our best as a non-lawyer to break down into simple understanding what that means and what it seeks to address, like I said, in criminal cases.
That's why we vote you. For you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why?
Oh, we place emphasis on the governance process of our country. Just a lot of things are not right. The office of the ombudsman has issued a recommendation to the president of Liberia. Those officials continue to serve their positions. In fact, we are told reliably from sources within the executive mansion that the president has trashed that entire recommendation from the office of the ombudsman.
That's why we vote you. For you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why?
We will tell you why we think it is important for the president to look into the recommendations coming from the office of the ombudsman. So yeah, we talk the excesses of the Boakas government as we look into the Fonantikofa Capitol building arson case. I used to use that word, but that's what the government says.
Bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and making peace for them before.
So sorry for that interruption. So we say we try to make sense of all of these issues. The governance process of Joe Boakai, the SSAs of the SSAs surrounding his government, emanating from the government, in fact.
They say they want new press.
Those are the two major issues that we having a conversation about tonight. Yeah, there are other issues from in-house that we can talk about. Somebody said to me, my man, also between me and you, the whole echo band here, and I get here and get here, and I want to stay yeah, lawyers tell me my beginning, oh, echo baby, me and I understand it, and I get here and get it, no way, no tea.
New press,
I said, okay, when you get here, the day you get here and tea, I will join inside. Then you get here and tea, my mother is a.
They want new press, we gave them the new.
It's scary news coming from Australia. I've been trying all day to confirm, and a Liberian source in Australia sent me a video about a racist or a racial protest that is scheduled to take place in that part of the world. There are many Liberians on that side, and there are a lesbian issue ahead of the day of the protest.
Man is a hungry man.
We'll tell you why. We are going to play you the video. It is an interesting piece, scary too. I can say that. Let's hope global leaders can use the connections.
We got our people that will vote us.
I see this kind of xenophobic or hearing about them.
so vlog, just to carry our proof from us. That's why they Leo import for take. Get to see and walk away with the opinion.
It becomes interesting to us.
Good for you.
So yes, this show is proudly sponsored by Crime Stopper Liberia, and we are in partnership with Win Liberia.
Give it to the woman.
Very shortly, we take a break to welcome all of you who are joining us tonight on the show. Take a message from our sponsors. Come back, we run into the issues.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press,
so we'll come back, we'll talk cash small. We're giving our money tonight. The cash giveaway continue. Our August 24th bonanza is also up. We're going to remind you about that. But for tonight, we have reduced the amount you will play to win. Initially, you are paying $100 to win, right? Tonight we have dropped the amount. You are paying $50. You will spend $50 to win for yourself $5,000, $10,000, or $25,000. Let's take a break from our sponsors. We'll come back. We'll talk more about the cash giveaway.
Shabba musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime and body, don't take law in your hand for the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you check. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. We are safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. My brother, God can bless anybody.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $1 Liberian dollars or 50 United States dollars. You can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for 200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
Okay. Let's go to talk to our people. Okay, let's go and talk to. Let's do it quickly. Welcome all of you, Vinicius, Junior Ba, Sadia Nye, Mohammed Balo, Emmanuel Tuwe, Samuel Addison, Mabu Famule Jr. from Ba, Obi O'Neill Johnson is also joining the show. Musa Sharif, Ansu Famule, Honorable J.D. Williams, welcome from Johnsonville. Nathan Page, Aliyu Kamara, Ruben Kane, Agatha Glasgow, Dubon Hill, Eloshus Woolley, Solomon Sims, Saturday, Wonderway, Stephen Yakadi. You all are following the show tonight. Keoke Mohammed, Sharif, and Abu Bakr Sharif, all of you, welcome to tonight's edition of Freedom Heart Talk. Let's move into the debate. So tonight, those of you, the folks have already started playing, have not even announced it, but here's what you're going to do tonight. We're going to pay you $5,000, $10,000, and $25,000 in the different categories, depending on the transactions or the threshold we get. Okay, so all you have to do the same pattern. I mean, you all are regular followers now. So in case you are just joining us, yes, we are running a cash giveaway promotion on the show, a cash campaign. All you have to do, just make sure you have that's $50 Liberian on your mobile money account, or you have 25 cents in US dollars on your mobile money account. You are qualified to play the cash giveaway. You will have to dial *255*1# to play. *255*1# to play the cash giveaway. So once you dial *255*1#, two options will appear before you. Option number one will be asking you whether you want to play in Liberian dollars, and option number two will be asking you whether you want to play in US dollars. But any option you select, you send and you enter your mobile money password. That's all you have to do. Also, our August 24th bonanza is up. Playing the cash giveaway tonight and any other day will automatically lend you into the August 24th bonanza. Let me repeat, playing the cash giveaway tonight or on any other day will automatically lend you into our August 24th cash bonanza. Now, not only cash we're giving away on August 24th, once you play tonight, you are qualified already for the draw. On the 24th is the draw. Smart TV will be available. Smartphone, $10,000 will be given to five winners each. Bags of rice will be available that day. $100,000 as our grand prize will be given to a single winner on that day. Plus many other spicy giveaways will also be available. So playing tonight is an advantage, and playing many times is an added advantage for you. Okay, you could also win tonight and win one of our prizes on the 24th of August. So let's move there. So I came across a video on today. It's an interesting piece, and I want to play this for you to listen about African leaders. Okay, about African leaders and their age and all of that. There was a panel discussion with Mo Ibrahim. What was it? Obasanjo, yeah, other African leaders, Paul Kagame of Rwanda and all of that. A whole panel discussion. A question was asked about age and African leaders, stay and all of that. And listen to what Mo Ibrahim had to say. Oh, don't tell me I did not share. Okay, yeah. This is an interesting piece, and I thought to. So let's see.
Please allow me to be frank and with respect to many wonderful people around this room here. I'm going to speak in general terms, so nobody please take personal offense.
Okay, I'm trying to.
I wish to start really from where President Obasanjo ended. Let us start by looking at the age issue. You politely put it and said, I like to see a critical mass. You see, I've been president for a long time. That's why I'm always careful with your words. Now, this continent is continent of young people. Half of our people here are below 20 years old. Yes? Look at the average age of our presidents. It's about 63, 64 years old. We're the only continent in the world where we have presidents at 90 years old starting new terms. I mean, you guys are crazy or what? We've seen people in wheelchairs.
And African leaders are there laughing. And Mo Ibrahim is asking whether we're crazy. That, come to think about it, we see African leaders at 90 years old. And they are standing or seeking new term. Anante. He only used Nante as, yeah. So Anante, they seeking new term. African leaders. So he's like, are we crazy? What are we thinking about? When we have a youthful-based population, everybody chasing education, empowering themselves, and all of that. African young people, young Africans are really equipping themselves. But we gave the older folks who are outlived their usefulness, and we give them authority, we give them power. And even if the 10 years expire, we still feel satisfied to give them, to amend our constitutions and give them additional terms. Or what are we thinking about? So he's like, who are you? Are you crazy?
You know, I'm able to raise hands to standing for elections.
Sitting in wheelchair or able to even raise your hands and standing for election. When thousands or millions of energetic, educated, well-connected people can provide leadership for the country. But everybody said that somebody is old, over age, sick in the old age, and we are preferring them for the highest seat in our country. We're preparing them, protecting them, preferring them, as if to say we are short of capacity. Something must be wrong with us. And when we don't get result and Africa remains the same, underdeveloped, no motivation, nothing, we say, oh, our leaders. Who make the leaders? Who elect them? We elect our leaders. Yeah. So today, this video also came. Somebody sent me this video from Australia. It's an interesting film. So listen. So those of you having your families in Australia, you have to share this information with them.
All immigrants living in Australia, you have to be careful on the 31st of August 2025 because of the mass protest that will be happening in Australia in all major cities nationwide, in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth. The purpose of this protest is against immigration because apparently, according to the white Australian, the immigrants are coming from third world countries or coming from different parts of the world and taking their jobs. Now it's your fault that they don't have a job, and now it's your fault that they can't afford to rent or to buy property.
So I have forwarded the video to our foreign ministry authorities, and let's hope, because there are Liberians on that side. Plenty of Liberians on that side. They're supposed to be able to reach out to the authorities there. Let's make sure Liberians are safe. So mass immigrant protest is scheduled for the 31st of this month, and they are protesting. It is believed that immigrants are taking up their jobs and all of that, so they're going to protest on the 31st of August. That should claim the authorities of Liberia, the Liberian authority. Reach out to your Liberian community in Australia and make sure you can play a role. So I forwarded the video to our foreign ministry people. Hope they will take this serious. Hope they wouldn't sit in and the protest will start and all of that. And then, hey, God forbid, when it escalates and it becomes scary, Liberians become victim or targeted, and you want to make some moves. It becomes too late. I'm also supposed to speak with one or two Liberians in Australia about this, but we'll do that tomorrow because we don't have the luxury of time now. We have to run into our conversation. So yes, we will do that. We'll do that another time. We'll do that another time. So yes, the entire country is aware now that the Minister of State passed off. We regret his loss, and we extend our sympathy to family members, friends, and relatives of the former Minister of State, Sylvester Grisby. It is also important that we extend our sympathy to the government, whether the government is pinned by his laws. That's their business. Okay, that's for them. But I think we can move on. So we can move on.
What's the big?
We can move on. So, that's cool. This is the writ. Did I say the writ? The motion filed by the government. This is the motion filed. No, not one year, woman. Let me go back. This is not this one. I want this. The motion for discovery. Okay, so this is it. Republic of Liberia before Criminal Code A, before His Honor Roosevelt Zewili, resident circuit judge of Criminal Code A. The movements, those who went to file the motion, the movements are J. Funanti Kofa, Dixon Sibo, Abu Kamara, Jacob Debbie of Monrovia, Republic of Liberia versus Republic of Liberia by and through the Ministry of Justice in the city of Monrovia, Montserrat County, blah, 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 as the respondents. Growing out of the case, Republic of Liberia by and through Ministry of Justice, blah, 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 as the plaintiff versus Christian Kofa, John Yanti, Eric Suse, Thomas Isaac, Thomas Edrich, J. Funanti Kofa, Dixon Sibo, Abu Kamara, Jacob Debbie, Priscilla Cooper, and Stephen Bro of Monrovia. No, Jacob Debbie now on the other one versus in there. Co-movements motion. Yeah, I have to zoom more. Co-movement motion. So, and now comes the co-movements for Nadikova, all the names, by and through the legal counsel, praying your honor, and this court to grant the movements motion for discovery, following legal and factual manner as showeth to wit. 1. And because the co-movements submit and say that they are the party co-defendants who were charged by the Republic of Liberia for arson, criminal mischief, criminal conspiracy, criminal solicitation, criminal intent to commit murder, illegal possession of firearm, and recklessly endangering another person, and were arrested by the Monrovia City Court on May 16, 2025. Your Honor is requested to fake judicial notice of the writ of arrest issued by the Monrovia City Court on on May 16, 2025, which brought the co-movements / co-defendants under the jurisdiction of the court. So when they file the motion, they produce the file exhibit. Okay, then they read on the arrested up. 2, and also because as follow to count one above, the co-movement submit and say that having been arrested and placed under the jurisdiction of the Monrovia City Court, they posted a valid property they posted a valid property valuation bond to secure their day-to-day appearance in court whenever they are required to appear for trial, as required by law. Thus, the Stabinary Magistrate L. Ben Bako transferred the said cause of action to the First Judicial Circuit, Criminal Code A, after the hearing of preliminary examination, and the said magistrate judge held that probable cause was established by the prosecution consistent with the evidence adduced in court. Notwithstanding, the prosecution has refused and failed to produce the said evidence relied upon to charge the said co-movement co-defendants contrary to our practices and procedures of this jurisdiction. 3. And also, because follow as to the counts 1 and 2 above, the co-movement co-defendants say that the sole purpose of this motion for discovery is consistent with the principle of notice, and to afford them the opportunity to traverse the averments as couched in the indictment along with the evidence, and to exculpate, vindicate, or exonerate themselves. Meaning all the one you see me, don't worry. Exonerate themselves from the crimes charged levied against them by the prosecution. Amongst other things, thus the said co-movement co-defendants have denied ever having met with the other co-defendants with the intent to commit the crimes charged. More than this, the co-movement co-defendants having denied any knowledge of the crimes charged, therefore pray this court for a speedy trial consistent with the fundamental rights guaranteed in the 1986 Constitution of Liberia. 4. And also, because the co-movement co-defendants aver that this motion for discovery will lie to compel the prosecution to furnish them with all the pieces of evidence the prosecution rely on to indict them. Moreover, the co-movements co-defendants submit that it's been more than 42 days since the co-movements co-defendants were served with the said writ of arrest and indictment amongst other things. Wherefore, in view of the foregoing, the co-movements pray your honor and this honorable court to A. compel the prosecution to furnish them with all the pieces of evidence it rely on to indict and prosecute them. B. Order a speedy trial consistent with their constitutional rights, and C. grant unto co-movements all further relief and remedies this court may deem proper, just, and legal. Respectfully submitted, co-movements co-defendants by and through their legal counsel. International Law Group LLC, blah 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 blah. Jonathan T. Massaquoi, Counselor at Law, in association with Counselor Arthur T. Johnson, all signed on the 11th day of August, AD 2025. So, AD 2025. So the affidavit is here. Blah 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 blah. Personally appear, the movements affidavit is here. Personally appear before me. It duly blah, blah, blah. So you see, Liberians, and those of you listening to us tonight, we should always strive to make Liberia a country of law. Okay. We should always strive to make Liberia a country of law, full of politics. And that's why I see lacking under the UP government. I see it totally lacking. Our laws require for due process. So now we'll tune down small. So I know some of you listening may not have an understanding or a clear understanding of what a motion for discovery is. And one of my journalism instructor used to say to us that you guys are considered the knowledge of the society or of the world, the supreme knowledge. And what that means is you guys are supposed to know or have an idea of at least everything, almost everything, an understanding of almost everything. Because the role you are playing in society is critical, is important. You are providing information to people, different information about different people, about different issues. So you are supposed to know, and to provide information or to inform people, you too must be informed. You must be aware, you must be educated, you must be knowledgeable about the different issues, the different happenings in your country, the different sectors in your country, the different careers or profession. You must have an idea. So when these issues come up, you who are sitting behind the microphone to provide information to your people, to your audience, you too must be informed. You must be knowledgeable. And you must speak with authority. So those listening to you or watching will say, yes, this guy knows what he is saying. But if you don't have an idea of what you're talking about, it's just struggling to provide the information. And you know, your audience is supposed to trust you. So that's why we see our accounts. We are the only professional people in the world where that our accounts on all issues, on any issue, our accounts are relied on. We are the only career people or professional people in the world that our accounts on issues are relied upon, are considered, are accepted. A journalist reports or writes or says anything about a particular situation, it is considered an authority because it is expected that, or it is assumed that that journalist may have done proper investigation and research to establish facts. That's why anything a journalist writes or says or reports, it is considered by the society, or it is supposed to be considered by the society with the expectation or the assumption that, yes, they have done their investigation. They have done sufficient research. They have done sufficient consultation. So I believe what they say. We believe what the people say. That's why the public will always tell you, if you don't ever say it, the media say it, the news says it, right? That's the reason. Now, so I am told by legal experts that in a criminal case, especially in a criminal case now, a motion for discovery is a, let me try to break it down to be more simple. It's a formal request. Motion for discovery, that formal request, you say that you are formally requesting the defense, requesting the prosecution, requesting the prosecution. In this case, is state. And the defense is the one that does the request. In this case, to prosecute. For the prosecution to give them, to share with them evidence or any other information that they get against them. So that's what the motion for discovery does. So in this case, the government is the prosecution. The government is prosecuting for Natiko for arson, criminal this, all kind of things. But they believe that the case is being delayed intentionally by the government. So They are requesting the court that is qualified under our laws. The jurisdiction that they are under, they're requesting that court, the authority of that court, to call the prosecutors, or the state or the government lawyers to share the information, the evidence they say they get against Fonantine. They just simply say, criminal code, hey, Josh, please tell the government lawyer to come here and share with us the evidence that they say they get against us. We're ready to start the case. They didn't bring the evidence. They should bring the evidence and all relevant documents or information concerning or pertaining to the case as evidence. So that's what they're saying. I'm placing emphasis on this because it is considered unusual. But in Liberia, it is not unusual. It is the usual behavior of the government. The government will come to you and indict you, incriminate you, investigate you, humiliate you, intimidate you as well, and then charge you and indict you, and goes to sleep. They place you on a restriction. They say you can't travel all of the country. They say they have all of the evidence. They brought day mapping thing and everything to gather evidence. The government said they have all of the evidence available to them now. Go to prosecute the case, then they all go back to sleep. So those who are being prosecuted, who are considered the defendants, they go into the court and say, hey, we beg you, the case is too much. We have travel restriction on us. Right now, we're not enjoying our 100% rights as citizens of this country. So, we want these people to come here. The evidence they say they have against us, let them bring the evidence, so we can have access to the evidence and review the evidence, which is part of the legal process. It is acceptable. That's why they say it can lie in court. So the people who bring the bail now, telling the government, going to the court, please call the people to come and prosecute us. In short, the people who are accused of burning the building, Capitol building, they are the ones telling the court down to please call the people here, let's start the case. It's been over 40 days since we were arrested in this country, put behind bars in this country, slept in jail in this country. Enough is enough. Let them come here with the evidence that they say they have against us. Let's go to court. Let's go to the case. Let's start the case. You have people chilling behind bars for over 3 months. You have people chilling behind bars. People are struggling spending money to secure bond. When you have the evidence to prosecute the people, go to court. In the war, in this case, in Liberia, that the defendants are the ones begging the government to prosecute them. We beg you, please prosecute us. And this has always been the case. When people say the case is political, they say, no, the case is not political. Where are all the people pre-mowing and we're running that BB money all around here? They're the case here now. Could you go prosecute them? You can go prosecute. If the case is political, then you drop the case, you throw the case also. You use political means, the same political means you use to destabilize the country politically and have nothing resign as speaker. You use the same political means. But you can't use legal means. You can't want to use the courts to get at your political opponents. You are the government in power. You have all of the power available to you. Use your political strength, your political network to get at your political opponents. Instead of using the courts, you're weaponizing the courts. You are influencing the court. You're dragging the court into your politics. And the court should not be political. The court should not be political. So So the motion of this, the motion for discovery has been filed. We wait to see, because like I was saying to the public, the purpose for this is just to see he allow the defendants and their lawyers to review the evidence that the prosecution say she get and she will present against them in court. And the primary purpose for motion for discovery. The defendant saying, the court, please allow our lawyers to review the documents, the evidence that the government say they get against us. That the government say they bring into court to prosecute us. Because I'm told by a lawyer that it is their right and it is a legal process. It is part of the legal process that the defendant lawyers of the defendant are allowed to review the evidence available to them prior to the start of the case. They are supposed to allow to review the evidence. Because on the basis of their review of the evidence, they will be able to issue their rebuttal or their response to the evidence available. They won't only record a part of our evidence. They won't view a part of our evidence. Then the state prosecutor, the defendant lawyers, the defendants lawyers will now review all these different pieces of information available to them, and then they will sit down and prepare their response to these different things that they call evidence, and they go to court to argue on the basis of what the government will produce, and on the basis of what the defendant lawyers will, what the reply or response will be. Then they go down to argue on the basis of those accounts. So those of you who will say, oh, but why they should share that evidence with you? Yes, it is legal. It is acceptable that they are supposed to share their evidence with the lawyers representing the defendants to prepare them for the argument of the case. So it is not wrong. So that's it. Now, you see, I don't know why. Okay, let me focus on Liberia. For more indication, I have said this over and over. I'm saying this tonight. This country called Liberia is far from making any significant progress. Look, governance, and I will emphasize good governance is key for any democracy to thrive. Good governance. And good governance is standing or should be standing on some key pillars, fundamental pillars. One fundamental pillar of good governance, of democracy, our democracy, sorry. One fundamental pillar of our democracy is good governance. Another fundamental pillar of democracy is rule of law. These two fundamental pillars of our democracy are all broken down. Our governance system is weak, lazy, corrupt, and reckless. Our governance system is weak, lazy, corrupt, and reckless. Like even our careless there. So we have so the entire governance system is broken down. There's nothing to rely on, about good governance. When you come to the pillar, the rule of law pillar, it is also broken down. We've seen it from the onset of the government to current. What do we see? We see a system that is disrespecting our laws, our courts, including the Supreme Court. That's how far the disrespect from the executive to the Supreme Court. That's how far the disrespect from the legislature to the Supreme Court. So we've broken down two fundamental pillars of our democracy. And we expect to make progress. That's not possible. They're not magic. To make progress, they're not magic. It requires hard work, discipline, respect for a system, respect for laws, respect for institutions. They're not magic. You're not going to make magic. Magic say, Liberia, please make progress. You can't go to Mercy Man for your country to make progress. It's not possible. If people are going to Mercy Man to allow their countries to make progress, then there will be no poor country in the world. But because it requires hard work, growth, progress, require hard work, respect, discipline. And once these attributes are lacking in your country or in your leadership, obviously you are not headed for failure. Nobody is going to respect you. Your surrounding countries, your counterparts will not respect you because you do not respect yourself. Your allies will not take you serious because you are not taking yourself serious. So this is the point. Do we see a government that is prepared to respect the rule of law? No. See what's happening with acquiring the bond for Tom Edwin and Eric Susie. Every requirement that the judge requested has been met. Every requirement that the judge requested has been met. The judge is still denying them release. And they are entitled to release the bond. They are entitled to bail. Then you come to the people go to you and say, y'all go bring TDT 44 family members or each of these people in jail. The people went, bro, TDT 44 members. One they said no, that his girlfriend, so we can't allow his girlfriend. You replace her. The people went back, replace a girlfriend with another person. You accepted everybody. Go on to release the people, then the state lawyer can say, no, we not trust the evidence, we not trust the guarantee. We believe that the property guarantee that y'all gave, I mean, the value is questionable. The value is questionable that your own job to go and to produce the evidence to prove that the value is questionable or the property does not meet the value that is posted on the bond. But these are delay tactics that the state or the government is, deploying to, I mean, just to arm twist or keep these people behind bars. Fonati, where in Liberia, he's available, he's physical. You know his house. So if you want target Fonati, go to your target him there. You take him and then bring outside, target him. If you want to use a system to get at him, then use the system properly. But you can't break our laws. You can weaponize the courts against the implementation of our laws just to accommodate or target your political opponent. You can't do that. That is being irresponsible. That is being irresponsible. Unfortunately for us, our president is 81 years old. Unfortunately for us, because I don't even want to say fortunate. Our president is a Baptist and a deacon too in the Baptist church. Reason I told you, this country, we will not join Joe Biden to reconcile this country. We will ensure that this country remains divided into two until Mr. Biden can decide to take the lead in reconciliation. You can't be telling us you're praying for the country and you are targeting people because they refuse to allow Rachel Kuhn to be speaker, to step down for Rachel Kuhn to be speaker of a unity party to have the speaker position. No. You can't be targeting people because of that. Rachel Kuhn is not speaker. I thought by now the house have been audited already. I thought the house is fully electrified now. I thought the house got running water now. I thought the house now got CC camera all around. I thought the house got to the full service electricity now. I thought the house the capital building supposed to be having elevator, everything renovated right now. Yes. Who wait for the passage of the 2026 budget. We'll give it the whole year to work free. Nobody giving him time. The whole year we're giving him time to adjust. My mom, I will not put it in the form of criticizing. No. Giving Richard Kun the whole year to run, to do anything you want to do, to adjust and settle down. When the budget for next year is passed, then we'll look in the budget that is passed for the House or for the legislature, and let's see what's in it for the legislature. For especially modernization. Let's see it. We want to see Capitol building fully electrified. All the lights at the entrance, at the edges of the fence. All the lights are supposed to be on. This is Capitol Hill. This is Capitol Hill. We want to see all the lights in Capitol building fully on. Somebody say a big guy. Executive mansion there in darkness in the Capitol building will be in light. Darkness is a signal, is a representation of the devil. Darkness is a representation of the devil. It's an identity of the devil. When you want to know your leaders are demonic, they are devilish people, check their offices. Their offices where they are sitting and making decisions for the country. Their offices are always dark. Check. Their offices are always dark. Any serious or responsible person who knows what it means to be, to be shining, to make progress, will first want to show or project the beauty of the building, where the building where decisions are made. You want to project the beauty of the building where decisions are made. What do you see at Capitol building? Nobody wants to project the beauty of the Capitol building where major critical decisions are made. All the documents are sleeping in darkness. The documents are sleeping in darkness. Roaches and rats are all roaming the corridors of Capitol building right now as I'm speaking to you. And they will poo-poo all in Capitol building, all on the documents, pee all on the documents. Those rats and roaches in the night. That's curse. That's desecration. You leave your documents, your offices, your chairs, everything to the desecration, to the ambience of rats and roaches. They desecrate your offices in the night with pee, rat, poo-poo, roaches all around in the place. In the day they go by, people sit in those same chairs to make decisions. Some of them can't even pray before they're in the office. Some of them sit down, they don't even pray. You are working with the devil, living with the devil, and our sensitive documents are sleeping with animals. And you think that's normal? That's not normal. I said at times, I said, see these guys and these women had to look. Some of them, because some of them can look, some of them because are dirty. Their parents are dirty, so now all of them can look clean and decent. But I said, look at the leadership of the legislature. See how they beat the valuable cars that they ride. Go to their home, even though some of their homes disorganized, scattered and dirty too. But some of them go to their homes. See the structures they live in. See the cars they ride. When they appear, you see them looking clean and everything. How do they feel? In the morning, you get down and your janitor or your special aid, it has to go down to fetch water in a bucket and clean the stairs in Capitol building. Imagine the U.S. ambassador or the U.S. president or vice president or Congress people go to visit the legislature and they see people cleaning the steps with water in bucket to go flush Camo. In 2025, in a country called Liberia. And guess what? Our budget, over 65% of our budget, we spend them on those things. For those things. So the question is then, why are we spending all this money? You have a budget of 800 million. You spend 65% or over 65% of that amount on those things. On your gasoline, your car, your building, your structure you live in. I mean, you sit in, you working, you spend money on all those things. How come you are still toting water that you go down to fetch, and you took the water from downstairs and clean the stairs on Tuesdays, Thursdays, where you people go into a session, visitors are coming in? How do you feel? But Fonati was the problem. The politicians projected their disagreement with Fonati as being the problem for Capitol building, looking dirty, filthy, and stink. That's what they told you. Today, Fonati is out. What new change have you seen in the house? What new you not see? What new you have seen? Has the leadership of the house invited or re-invited the GAC to go by and audit? They say Fonati will honor money audit. And these are questions that Liberians are supposed to be asking. How come these are reasons why Liberians are supposed to be protesting? I mean, we need to engage our leaders. You made us to believe that Fonati was undermining the audit in the House of Representatives. He was coming publicly and telling us he is auditing while he was undermining the GAC auditors and telling them to leave the building. Now Fonati is not speaker. Desi Sibo is not ways and means. Abu Kamal and Mavi Koden, they are all not in leadership. Why hasn't the House invited GAC to go now and continue the audit? Because even the GAC folks sat there and accepted and acknowledged the lie that they were driving all of the building by Fonati and Maviko. Now, Fonati and Maviko not there. Can we ask our lawmakers? Can we ask the leadership of the House? Can we ask them, why have they not called or re-invited the GAC folks to go and continue the work that they started that was being honored by Fonati and Maviko? Have we? Let's ask them. And this message is for all of us who have access to the microphone and the newspaper, the print. These are questions we should be asking. But like I said, Richard Kunya taking over again the whole year to adjust. But to call GAC in, he doesn't need the whole year because GAC already started the work, but the work was being allegedly undermined by Fonati. So all you gotta do, call GAC back to audit. That's all. We're in a country where our lawmakers are afraid of audit. I told you we did an investigation that is about 70% concluded. When you see the list and then you hear the names of individuals in this country that are owing government real estate taxes, you will cry for your country. You will cry for your country. The day I become president in the country, I become LRA boss, the president will dismiss me the next day. No government official will live in house here and will live in our houses without paying real estate tax to LRA. The day I become LRA boss in the country, I pick it up. The president must get ready to dismiss me the next day because we will shut the homes of lawmakers down. And members of the elite class in this country who will shut their homes down. They will pay real estate taxes. You sleeping in your house when you taking about poo in your camo. You get pay taxes on it. And we're talking good governance. When you sleep, decency, maturity, leadership, respect. That's how people respect you. You can afford to pay taxes on your homes. You can afford to pay taxes on the businesses you're running. And you are owing government. Some 2 years, some 3 years, some 5 years, some 10 years. Some have never paid taxes in their whole life on their properties, and the bill or bought their properties. They've never paid taxes on it. Government officials. And they're running behind the ordinary people. Just the other day, the other one from City Hall said John Siafa. I mean, all about to lock all the people's stores, that small shops and things on Broad Street here. And they should go to City Hall to pay municipal tax. The ordinary people who are struggling. And the elite sit in their offices, maintain their government jobs, and don't even pay real estate tax, real property tax on the properties that they own and live in. These are things we should be talking about. Joma every morning, wake up every morning, oh, Fanatico, oh, they didn't see where I go to jail. What is that? And you take them to court, you cannot even prosecute the case. You are afraid to go to court because you get rack evidence to go to court. And you want to keep them in. You place people on travel restriction. And you say you don't want to go to court? So for 1 year, 2 years, once the case is not concluded, they can't leave the country. What kind of witchcraft activity is that? What kind of devilish behavior is that? And these are people who call themselves Christians and Muslims. They pray multiple times. You see them dressed in the morning, going to church on Sunday and on Sundays and going to the mosque on Friday. You see them, you think they are so good and decent people. Not knowing they are living, whining and dining and sleeping in bed with the devil. How you restrict somebody's movement? You lie on somebody, put false crime on the person, indict the person, jail the person can't answer, you secure that bond. Let's go to court now. You see, you got evidence. Let's go to court. Then you can go to court. And the churches are taking this more serious and giving them honors. The council of churches is a whole mess. You can't even rely on them for anything. Sorry to the few good ones who know they are good ones in the leadership. But most of them are mess. You can get nothing out of them. Nothing you can get out of the council of churches. Nothing. Every day we cry, oh, we want to grow, we want to make progress, we have to grow our budget, we have to do this. How can we grow our budget? When the president cannot even give the LRA the political will, the mass energy, the political will to places where people are extracting our mineral resources, shipping them, flying them all over the country. The Lamar Energy does not even have an office, a window at B Mountain. A window they don't have at B Mountain. No supervisor, no monitor. They don't even know the quantity of gold that B Mountain is extracting from Cape Man and shipping to Turkey and other parts of Europe. They don't even know. No technical evaluation system down there to see it, to monitor. LRA does not have anybody, because mass energy responsibility is to be there. Is the adder that is supposed to determine the quantity of the gold. Then based on the quantity that mass energy will get, then they take it, turn it over to, they inform the LRA. The LRA will value it, and then LRA will tax them. So this amount will kind of say, yes, we'll be here from the 1st of August to the 31st of August. This is the quantity of gold that people got from the country. That BMAD got. LRA, you're taxing. That's okay. Based on the quantity will value it, and this is the value of the gold at 30 million. So you still pay 2% or 3% or 5%. You do your calculation. And take your money from it, and they pay your money. That's how the system is supposed to work in a serious country that is not corrupt. Every time we have conversation about why mass energy and LRA do not have windows at B Mountain, nobody says anything to you. Nobody says anything to you. All they do, they're chasing acid meter. They're chasing meter C. That is running jobs for thousands of Liberians here. They chasing Metasti out, threatening the company, intimidating the company, harassing the company every day. When companies, the real companies that are supposed to be harassed and intimidated in the country, that be Mountain and Wesley Cluster, we doing rack in those places where they are operating and damaging our ground. Then Metasti was shaping her own O. You know the O. What they were doing, they had great O. So they would just go and extract the ore from the ground. They mix with the mud, they did everything. That's how they were shipping out of the country initially. One, it was too expensive for them. Two, it was also not comfortable for the government because the government did not know what was going on. Two, so they could not make requests for their commission on profit. So Metasi could instead of go shape that oil and come and tell you we didn't make profit. That thing was just playing in the thing. As we finish washing the oil, nothing meant, so we lost. We saw our loss. So once they say our loss, they get paid taxes because a contract is some of them. Right? So the Metasi says okay. The thing will pay you spending more more money on transportation, on shipment, which includes other transport related stuff, on insurance too. They spend more because the higher the quantity of the product, the weight and all of that, people use that to send you insurance. You see, no, we build a processor in Liberia. Let me be simple. We'll wash it. We'll clean it right in Liberia. When we clean it right in Liberia, we call it processor. We clean it right in Liberia. Once we clean the ore or wash it ore right in Liberia, we'll know the exact quantity of ore that we're taking from Liberia and shipping to Asia or Europe. We'll know. But that also, it will give the Liberian government a clearer output. That's accountability. That's transparency. It will give the government clear picture of what we're taking from here. So if we make profit, the government will know. They will not say we're lying, we'll not make profit. It will not make profit. It will make profit, the government benefits. If we don't make profit, it can't declare no profit, the government will not say, oh, we're lying. Because they will see the actual quantity of the ore that we are taking from your country. That's how business is supposed to investment or concessionaires are supposed to be transparent and accountable to the government. Without government pressure, they themselves came here and established their processor here, built it here. These are responsible companies that we should work with to make amendments in their MDs where we find necessary. But instead, all the government people they're running there, they won't be fighting the people because they won't be taking bribes from other places to accommodate other companies. How do we go? Instead of creating competition, we say no, let them won't go, let them won't stay. What we can say, let the two of them stay. Let bring in one more. Let bring in two more companies to man our mineral, strengthen our laws that will increase our revenue base and develop this small, late-time, underdeveloped and filtered country. Everybody taking bribe. From the president to his janitor, everybody want bribe. And you want to develop your country? You want to disrespect your laws. You want to disrespect the courts. You want to disrespect the Supreme Court, the judges. You want to politicize all of our courts, weaponize our courts against your political opponents. And you think you're going to have a politically stable country to attract investors to come here? No. No, the investors will not come. They'll just be popping you. Oh, yeah, we can go there and see. We can come there and see. Yeah, we can go there and see. But no real investment. You're not experiencing any real investment in your country with these kinds of happenings in your country. You are not. How many trips Mr. Boubacar has made? The president has made more trips. The president, in fact, let me emphasize, the president has been to more business trips, more business gatherings. Over 88% of the president trips are business related. The business related. How come we are not seeing a single investment yet? Nothing new, no new investment we've seen yet. They're continuing from what they inherited, and they criticized the Eden government. They insulted Eden government. Joe Biden said he was not even running on Eden's legacy in 2017. Yes, he said he was not running on Eden's legacy. You were running on your own. John Wayaki, he was the worst president to ever exist in the country, that ADC. Today, the best man in Liberia, the most educated man in Liberia, the most know-all president in Liberia, today he is president. The oldest president to have ever been elected to the presidency, Joseph Boakai, I still not be corrected. Based on my research, yes. Mr. Boakai is the oldest person, the oldest Liberian. Sorry, I mean to the Liberian context now. Mr. Boakai is the oldest Liberian to have been elected to the presidency, to the Liberian presidency. The oldest. All our persons have been younger than Mr. Boakai's age. So his experience, it is considered huge. The age, way up there. And his experience is in public service. You spent over 45 years in public service. You have the presidency and you are blundering and spoiling the system and destroying the system and exploiting every other opportunity to enrich yourself and having party every day, weaponizing our courts, disrespecting instruction from the Supreme Court. And you want investors to come here, you have your managing director beating Chinese and duping Chinese, and you protecting him. Your wife, you and your wife are protecting Sekou Dougle against Chinese investors. Hey, where are we going? Where are we going? How do we invest? How do we attract investment? What are the guarantees? What standards do we have in place that it should be so that investors should use as reliance to come here and invest their monies here? What is the standard? Or what are the standards? We have none. We have a police that officers are fighting every day. Police brutality on the increase. The other day, one of the DA, man, I forgot I said today, but maybe tomorrow. I gotta go to the DA place. I'm driving home on, I think, Friday. The DA officer, the two on motorbike. Sorry. The two on motorbike. The other guy got down from the back, but I've identified, they say he OPS for one of these DA places. Okay, I managed to have done a short video of him. My crime was at night. I'm coming for doing radio. When I'm going home at night, my car, my windshields are up, the doors are locked. I'm speeding. I'm not dragging my car to go home. That was my crime. Why am I running? I'm 2 lanes. He's on the opposite lane. He's on the other side, the right lane, and I'm the passenger. The traffic. I call it the traffic lane, right? Yeah, I'm on the center lane. The crime was, why am I running? He insulted, but I suspect you were in alcohol. Because, you running the phone now. So I saw the car down. I said, my man, what happened? They saw that car down. Tell me sorry. The man started causing my uncle's. So I put the windshield down. I had my boy in the car, the front seat. That DEA officer got down from the car, put his hand in my car, and slapped the man sitting in my car front seat. What's the offense? After all, the person in the car front seat was not even talking to you. I'm telling you, he got down from the back, walked to the car, and put his hand in the car and slapped the person sitting. The boy was sitting in the front seat. Slap Tumete. Sitting in the front seat. That night, maybe tell they are in jail. On a serious note, that one I can say. But again, the other day I was here talking about, managing your emotion, and your tolerance level should be too high and all of that when you're in the public, right? So yeah, all these things can count in play. I caught myself because the first thing that came to my mind, those people on the motorbike run into them. That was the first thing, run into them. But so no, these are people. So what I did, I decided to do a short video. I did the video. And when I identified him already, I identified the officer. I have the video. He was, I mean, the man, he even put his hand on his side to take a gun. He's putting his hand on his side to take a gun. So these things are happening. Even your citizens are not even sick. Sekou Sheriff did a post on Facebook. How police officers just went to your house on Sunday. I think Sunday or Saturday. Police officers randomly just banging on the door, telling the security to open the door. Fortunately for him, he was in the yard, so he instructed the security to lock the doors and not to open the doors. And they banging on the door, police officers. Up to now, I spoke with Sekou. Sekou said, I don't even know what I did. I don't even know. Nobody has communicated with me. But again, he said he managed to speak with one or two, and the police director called him by, and he said, okay, we'll intervene. But the two of them said they are not aware. The RG say he's not aware. One or two say, we didn't say anything, but I don't have any knowledge of any squad or anybody that is supposed to go to your house to enter our view or to arrest you. No, we don't know. The question is, then who authorized them to go to Sekou's house in the night? But again, that's another conversation for another day. So all of these different happenings, people are being harassed by state security officers almost every day. There is some form of harassment from the security against citizens, civilians. These complaints go, they will only tell you they will suspend the officer, or the minute can disrobe officer and call the officer back quietly. That's all they tell you. So with all of these harassment in the country, even Liberians themselves do not trust the security system. They don't trust the police. They don't trust anything. Take your microphones outside. Go and ask people, cameras. Go and ask people at different places, Liberians. Ask them whether they trust the security. Ask them whether they trust the police. They will tell you no. Ask whether they trust the coast. They will tell you no. Me and you no trust in that code. Just ask them. They don't have trust in the legislature. They don't have trust in the coast. They don't have trust in the police. They don't even have trust in their own government. And investors have countries. They have countries. Those countries have connections to Liberia. Some of them have embassies here. They are following these things. They know these things happening here. They are reading every day the pages. They are listening to the talk shows. They are listening to the news. These things are happening. So before a Chinese man or a Korean man comes here to invest money, they have to pass through their embassies. And the embassy will not lie to them. The embassy will tell them how the security environment looking here, how the court system looking, how the political climate looks. And they will definitely tell you, what do you want to come invest in? How much do you want to invest? Hey, things are not stable here. You can come for exploration, all that kind of thing, but they invest that kind of money, hey, reduce that money by put 20% here and watch and watch and see. So most of the investors that come here, they don't want to wait and see or watch and see thing. They own try and error. That's what they're doing. They have the money to invest, but the confidence is not there. They don't have no assurance, no confidence. So they will leave their money back and just kind of pump small here and start operating small and see how. Then the small one they will start doing, hey, we'll start harassing them. They say, I see, thank God I didn't put all my money here. Yeah. Thank God I didn't put all my money here. That's what they'll say. That's what they'll say. So, folks, this is the country we have. I want all of you to really talk. I hope the cash giveaway you guys are playing. Let me check and see what I can pay some money. And then we can go to the telephone lines and pick us on that. But it is so appalling. And we all have to talk. Yes, we can say all is not lost. But how do you guarantee that all is not lost? How do you guarantee that all is not lost? How do you guarantee that all is not lost? When you're seeing these things every day. And people, and the thing about it, and we have friends, we have family members in Liberia, outside Liberia, in other countries. We know what they think about us. We know what they say about us. We know the questions they ask. We know it. Some of us who've traveled out of this country, when you sit down to have formal discussions with people, I mean, especially about growth. The observations are not good. The observations are not good. How people think about the country out there, trust me, don't let nobody fool you. But it's not comfortable. The perception of our country out there is not comfortable at all. And we all have to try to do something to fix it. Whatever you can do to fix it. We have to keep talking. We just have to keep talking. But the system, no. The system is, it's a mess. We can say all we want to say. We can do all we want to do. People are watching. But at the end of the day, the victims will pay back. The real victims of bad governance will pay back. They will fight back. That is a guarantee. That is a guarantee. The real victims of bad governance will fight back. They will pay back. One day. They will. Ask all your lawmakers who go to election to re-election and not come back. George Weah considered defeat. He accepted the result. It means the people rejected him. Whether they rejected him because he didn't do anything or on propaganda or whatsoever, the people rejected him. So the propaganda, somebody say, that propaganda, agree, propaganda, but they rejected him. They believed the propaganda. The people believed the propaganda and they rejected him on the basis of the propaganda. Okay, the lie, all the things they say about him that was lie. And today we're seeing it, right? We're seeing them, right? We are not doing anything. But Baka is completing everything we have started. We was not doing anything. But everything that Baka is dedicating was started by George Weah. So the citizens now are beginning to understand. But you made us to believe that George Weah was not doing anything in this country. How come everything you are dedicating in this country under your presidency for over 1 year, 7 months, everything you are dedicating in this country was started by George Weah? So the people lied to us that Weah was not doing anything. Now we see him dedicating all the projects he's dedicating are projects that got started by George Weah. So it means they lied to us. But the people believe the lie. That's the point. The people believe the lie. That's the point. They believe that they were victims of your non-performance. So they went to the ballot box and fight you back and fought back the CDC and rejected the CDC because they believed lies. They believed that we was doing nothing to improve their living conditions, even though some of them were improper homes. Even though University of Liberia students know that they were not paying school fees anymore. Even though they know that they were not standing in line, do anything, to use the manual system to plan their courses and get registered and all of that. They know. They know those who were driving in the University of Liberia campus, they know that road, we are did that road. And even when they're doing the inspection of the road, to pull Samuel and pull McGill and call them TV road. The very University of Liberia students, they know. But they made their other colleagues to believe that George Weah was doing nothing. So at the end of the day, no justification. The people believe the lie. they believe that all those things that the UP folks were saying about Joshua, that were true. They were all true, right? What did they do? They went to the ballot box and fought back by voting against Joshua. So I come back, or I stop back to let you know tonight, folks, the people, the real victims of those who consider themselves real victims of bad governance will fight back. They will pay back. They will not. Yes, some will live in silence for 6 years and go to the ballot box and vote you out. Some will not sit in silence. Some will join any form of protest in this country to communicate their dissatisfaction and their disagreement, their displeasure with the government. We saw that from all of the assemblies that have been held in this country on UP. The people came out. The people came out. Some are silently sitting, just waiting for 6 years of power to vote against you. Some saying, no, we're not waiting. Me, I'm not waiting. I will join any protest I hear about. I will join any protest I see. So the people will fight back and they will pay back. This is the message for President Joseph Boakai tonight and all of his cabinet members. I'll stop on this note tonight. We'll go to the telephone lines and pick calls. We will go to the telephone lines and pick calls. But this is what we have. And this is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers to call and join the show tonight. I can't see the other phone in here. Good evening to you.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you? Okay, go ahead.
Coming back yesterday, well, let's pass in the market to my work. Still be here, I think. I remain rejected. I think I get a small one. That will be him. One kill, I think you're not just a call. When I'm walking around the board, you're telling me, oh, just be look at the kind of thing, look at the kind of person, look at the kind of thing here. If you shut up, when you get I will fall sorry. I will argue with what nothing. But you can say, well, you see, well, that's there. Well, you can tell us to your confidence. You will kind of laugh at you and say,
yeah.
So laugh to many people. At the end of the day, maybe that's them who they laugh to them. So when they start pursuing, don't carry their way.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We pray 2029. That's how he ended. 2029, God will see you through. Okay. You better limbo Sir Joseph Bene. What am I talking about Sir Joseph now? The message time was easy in there. He left. Ah, what am I talking about Sir Joseph? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Let's hear you.
Yeah. You calling from some Graceland?
Go ahead, my dear brother.
Hello?
Okay, next person. Let's hear you quickly. This is Freedom Hard Talk. Let's hear you.
Good evening to Freedom FM. Good evening to my people of this doctor. Good evening to you there. You know, in Labella. Yes, I'm to join this competition this evening.
Your background too noisy. Somebody singing behind you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead quickly.
Okay. For me, my concern has to do with the unity issue. The United Methodist Church that in a country today, Bishop Clark does not have
no, my man, we're not discussing better chair better than that. We're talking about Funati Kofa case and the government on performance. So when we talk about the Methodist Church, then you call in and make your point. Yeah. We're not talking about Samuel Choir and Methodist Church. Okay, so let's go. Let me see this phone. Whether it's on 0. Let me see. Okay, yes, this other phone is on. The man see the phone here on. Hello, good evening to you.
How you doing, Camille?
I'm okay. Please go ahead.
I'm very calling for the Freeport community. Thank you for the topic. I can really enjoy me talking with your team. The people that kill the food in your country here will become the multi-another. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Let's hear somebody else. Yes, food in the both food of the both food. No, the both for the food somewhere else. Hello, let's hear you.
Hello.
Please go ahead. Eva. Those who want to call, I'll give them a chance to call. Welcome to Freedom Hard Talk. Let's hear you.
Yeah, well, my name is Ibrahim Sherry, calling from Panasville.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you for the talk show. I always listening for you. You make logic. Each time you want to touch, you're always there to listen to. Strictly to the point, the issue of when people buy and a lot of the guys now fall into incidents where the government has to take illegal action against them. As government is found to all Liberians now, we can learn our teacher lesson how to vote and who to vote for. These people, they are not power to to rescue the Liberian people or to rescue the future things of our country. They came to damage the image of our country. They came to reap for their family. They came to, I don't really see any interest of we voting as a young people in the society for the government. The government self-backup. The government, there is nothing that the government can show we the youth. I really regret why I have to stand under the rain or the sun to vote for the government. Because the government have no impact in the life of the Liberian people. There are people who will be praising the government and which of course they don't have future plan. Seriously speaking. Because the government, they can just do things, get a rule of law or they show rule of engagement. I had to comment any other person that will talk will go against it. Right? You talk good, you talk bad, they will go against it. So they don't want to get the reality. Thank you so much for having the talk show.
You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, the people, they lie to the people. Takun just said that. Let's go. Let's take this call from the diaspora. Good evening to you.
Hey, good evening, Austin Carl. This is GT calling from Canada, and thanks for having me on the show.
Welcome, my brother.
Austin, with regards to what you spoke about today on the profile and the capital building case, look, what's going on right now, the government have nothing. I can tell anybody. When it has something, you saw what happened today at the bank?
Yeah.
You see them displaying all things, having press conference, saying not even nothing. If they have something on that case, that's exactly what they're going to do. But it'll be surprised because the thing will come on about them. Nothing will not leave for nothing. You see what happened at the capital building? I want our people to take the case very serious. And we want the public to be involved into the case. We want to see social media, we want to see live, everything going on the case. Because what happened at that case? Let me remind you about something here. All the reports for years, the reports, all the land deed, all the government contracts, all the concession agreement, all government secrets for the past 10 years, from the time we had the legislative government, after Emerson time we had all the different council people representing, all the documents and things were in those places and things. They got damaged in the fire.
Yeah.
The police have not even tell where the fires started from, like which room, everything. The four investigators that they promised that they're going to give up with the guys that came from the state, they all were on the radio, they said they're going to do. They didn't say nothing about those things. Everybody get left in. But I will tell you, the other group that been accusing things, they need to put in the time, they need to bring in their own investigation thing and start coming behind the fire. And Liberian people, you have to go for the truth. The truth is not bringing the fire, but you will know the truth about the thing. We will not happen. But thank you very much, and let's continue to stick into the case here and speak to the Liberian people about it.
Welcome. Let's take more calls. Let's take more calls on the issue. Yes, Funatine, I say Funati Kofa and others are begging the government to prosecute them now. Let's hear you. Hello. You are live on Freedom FM. This is Freedom Hard Talk. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my first time calling. Well, I forgot about that, Joseph.
I can't do on the planet. Somebody take it from there. They pull your market against that there. So we are no man. Look at the wisdom of Joseph. Where is Joseph going? They're going. They historically.
Oh yeah, the sowing of
Somebody. Solomon did John Weir. Since they can't die. Even with that, one day will take care of activity. For you, John Weir on the test.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. Let's talk to somebody else. Good evening to you.
Hello, my dear brother.
How are you? Let's hear you.
I'm okay. Thank you for the progress. No, my dear brother. The comment is already true. But you don't know where to start from. What the president? Why you now? You are going to have your own self. Things that used to be thinking, oh, no, it's taking you. You think about development. You stay thinking about which one. You get a couple of years like corrupt. That JFK, take a million. That's how the issue, what was the million there? They're in commercial. No car. You have people from evacuation. You say we need the former official there. They want to own your fees. Come on, they post CA that will know that what is right. Why you are telling them? Say you talk about why you're now. We know the president that said in your own administration. When I get a commitment, that's what people. You say, when I say, they can't put you on. They're absolutely wrong. When you get a phone to the street, one more will kill. It's too much. They want to put you on. They want that trust country. You took that to us, you trust it. You want to let go. You didn't follow, you will be just zero. You don't see it? You see the way it's all. You can't. You don't see it, but they don't see for you. You do offer that you say that, man. They are calling over to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's talk to somebody. Let's go to the line 2 and take calls from here. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Hello?
You are live. Go ahead. You are live.
Yeah. Mr. Will, how are you? Hello?
You are live on Freedom FM. Oh God. Hello. What? Have you? Do you have new title now?
Yeah, ambassador.
Doctor, ambassador. When the bishop, when you add the bishop title then?
Who added that? Joe Bwaga.
Go ahead, Master. Go ahead.
Thank you for the show, Master. I just listened to you according to the I hear you singing about the project and everything. I want to go to court and look for nothing. You tell me on the show, also. After putting words in the person here, the whole world, that they put to the place, and you want them and jail them to disgrace them, is coming back to tell us that there's no everything can go to court, like you have to put it, the case, okay? Then we need to ransom. We're going to ransom, get the people that will need justice for people. We need to ransom, okay? You want to get the people. You see, you was in the right thing, so you have all the evidence. You get it, come on. The evidence will get the local government, will get evidence for all things. Will get one for every place. And you are get so put it again every day, and you want to tell all that I get evidence. And we know ransom to tell the government that we need justice for 4 or 5 questions. We need justice for them. That's what I say to the people. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Let's talk to the next person here. Good evening to you.
Good evening. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Let's hear you.
I'm John Day, calling from New Jersey. Yeah, even though thank you for your
This is Austin Kawa.
Oh, Austin.
I'm fine. The man called the wrong show. He said, "Oh, folks, they say they want new Prezzo. We gave them the new Prezzo, and they still crying. Say they're hungry. They still crying. Say no job. Yeah, let's amuse ourselves more, and then we'll go home. J Bobo, where are you? Okay."
International baby. They say they want new Prezzo. We gave them the new Prezzo. But they cry, say you're hungry. They say they want new Prezzo. We gave them the new Prezzo. But they cry, say no job. Give us 7 now, take it big. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day. Making everybody flesh that's the front. They say they want new Prezzo. We gave them the new Prezzo. But they still cry, say you're hungry. They say they want new Prezzo. We gave them the new Prezzo. But they still cry, say no job. Plenty people they for 40. One man taking 45K. Don't say stand, no rules in place. Yeah. So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us.
Hunger killing us. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, by the time we used to sing.
Say the devil was sharp, it's an idle man.
Okay, folks, we have to go.
Angry man, it's an angry man.
Thanks to all of you for following the show and contributing in the way you did. We shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace.
You got our people that will vote that stay fully or lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly, just to carry our.
Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourselves pleasant moments in your respective areas. My name is Austin Kawa. Bye bye.
I will stay for you. Poor people for let we pull it neither there. Yeah, they stay. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning.